Okay. Hey, assassins. Remember me? It's your loving General of the Army, Power 14. On my right here, this is the first vid appearance. Our 4-star General, Jimmer83.
What's going on, brother?
So, as most of you know, I posted about 2 weeks ago now that I was taking vacation, coming up to here to spend time with my brother and have our yearly meeting where we go over everything in the crew. This one we broke a record. We hit 23 hours. The longest meeting me and him have ever had about the crew. And we went over members, we went over sections, we went over every possible thing you could possibly imagine. And so right now, this video is going to be, we're going to give you all the details of our meeting in a short, concise video so you guys can kind of get all the news. So first, we're going to get all the negative stuff out of the way. So there's always going to be issues with anything, so here we go. Alright, so the first issue, and a lot of you will know, and I've talked to some of the officers about it, is definitely communication and respect within the clan structure. If you want to...
This has been an ongoing issue for quite some time. For instance, me or Rich sending out messages and it taking sometimes days to get a reply, and sometimes having no reply whatsoever. There really is no excuse for this to be happening, because if any one of the members of this clan on any game message me or Rich, they get a reply the same day. If you guys had really any idea the amount of work that goes into running this clan and running the YouTube page, the Facebook page, Twitter, ESO, Division, the PlayStation Plus stuff, and Dark Souls 3, and tracking down everyone's for their schedules and all the things that we do that gets really taken for granted, you would understand why this is such a touchy subject. Nobody in this clan puts in more work than Rich and myself. There's not even a close second. There really isn't. Rich just told you guys that we spent 23 straight hours going over all of the stuff that has happened to this clan, the good, the bad, and the ugly, over the last calendar year. I posted, to give you guys an example of what I'm talking about, I posted a friendly little challenge on PSN to the Division for guys to go in to the Dark Zone and do some PvP stuff and post it to the Facebook page. Not only did no one comment, not one person posted a single video.
Not even an acknowledgement either.
There was another member that I spoke to. I sent a Facebook message to, and he never responded. Not even acknowledging that he was spoken to. And I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus because I've spoken to the individual and it's been taken care of. But this is just one case in the last 2 weeks that has happened. I realize that I've been off console and a lot of the new members don't really know me, and for that I do apologize, but at the same time, I know everybody in this clan knows of me. And I'm not the only one this is happening to. This is happening to Rich, and he's there every single day. He attends almost 90% to 95% of all the events that happen in this clan, and he has, I'm sure, dozens and dozens of cases that he could sit here and elaborate on.
To go on for one, there was for the ESO people, I hosted the first title for, which I know a lot of these people love, is fishing, which gives them valuable materials to crafting and they can go ahead and sell off. I was in a nice competition for that. I posted about it a week in advance. I pumped it up every single day on the Facebook page and the message board. I organized it at a time that was best for at least 75% of all people on ESO. 2 weeks before I decided to host this event, I went around and asked people what their schedules were. I tracked people down individually, case by case, because the group message I put into the message board didn't get answered. So after I got done tracking people, advertising the event, posting about the event, and then starting it, I waited about an hour and a half. I didn't get a single person to show. And then I just ended up canceling it and going off to do something else.
And that's just one case.
And I could go on and, like he said, say dozens of times that this has happened.
This is just one small aspect. And the thing that I guess irritates me is the fact that I put in the time. I deserve, and I don't often say this, and I don't often call people out on it, but I definitely know I have earned the respect to at least be acknowledged. It would be an entirely different scenario here if I wasn't on Facebook, I wasn't reachable, I wasn't available. Even off console, I'm still on the Facebook page, on Twitter, on YouTube. I'm in constant communication with Rich via phone. If anybody had a problem, they could message me and I would give them my number so they could call me. If that's not feasible, if you're living up in Canada or across the ocean, I'm available via Facebook chat. So I make sure I'm available all the time. And I put in, like I said, I put in my time when I'm on console. And if Rich messages me, he gets a response immediately. And I have nothing to prove to anybody.
Nope.
And I still look at it as my boss is asking me to do something. I get it done. If I have that attitude, and I've been here for 6 years, I've run successful games, I've run successful events, I don't understand why people that asked to join this clan can't do the same thing.
What about the next one?
Yeah.
We covered messages and not get answered. We covered respecting the chain of command. So, go on to the last little topic of communication. We lightly breezed on it, but Facebook activity. Now, being in my position, everyone knows I run the page. I, check on stats. I make sure that all the posts are appropriate. I make sure that the rates stay up and the videos get posted and that it looks nice, because as I've told every one of you, and as the people who do know Jim, people have told you the same thing, we use Facebook as our website. It is our window to the world so they can see what we are and what we represent. That's why we tell everyone, we have that monthly rule of posting one video a month, which, by the way, barely gets done by most of the enlisted class. The reason we have that video, like I've stated 1,000 times before, is the fact that if we get one person, every single person in the clan will post one video a month. And we tell you, it can be of any game, of anything you want to do, something to give you some personality on the page. It's going to look fantastic. We have all these different games and new moments and new cool reels, and remember posted something of Dark Souls up a couple days ago. That was awesome. I recently posted my Battlefield Instinct video, prepping for Battlefield 1. That was awesome. Jim's posted some awesome shit in the past. So the more we keep posting up like that, it attracts people. And if you don't believe me, Jim's had a couple cases where people have actually walked up to him in person and have said to us, are you this person? They recognized him from the Facebook page or from the videos that he posted there. So we do have fans on there who do check it. and it's a really nice place. You know, we make it really nice. The officers post articles. We do walkthroughs and trophy guides and reviews. It's a really cool place to get all your one-stop shop. It's constantly updated for the best of the crew. And it links to everyone's devices so you can get all the information wherever you are, whenever you're awake, at any time. It's always available. So the problem with it is that activity is only really being done by like a handful of people. And I can honestly right now list them. I'm not going to, but I can list them by memory. Who does and doesn't post on the page. And eventually it ends up not being the best it could be. It could be so much better. And right now it's actually not bad. But it could be so much better than what it is now.
Yeah.
And the fact that
the people that do sparingly post on there, it's not because they turned over a new leaf. It's because you or I or another officer has harped up and down on their backs, and they come to the page kicking and screaming. And
we want people to want to go to the page because it's a nice place to see. And I know for a fact that people have come to me and said, "Hey, I haven't checked the page in the last couple of days," and they're missing. You know, when we posted the weekly schedule on the page for everyone to know when the events are happening, they miss that. They don't come to events,
which puts them in the risk of getting caught.
Yeah. The Facebook page, and I've used this terminology, and it's the perfect way to describe it, is the nerve center of the crew. It's where all the information is processed and received.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're not tuned into it, then you're going to be missing out on everything. So, you know...
let's get the activity up a little bit higher.
Yeah. And if we can do that, I promise you, you're going to enjoy checking out the page. I love going on there and seeing everyone's videos.
I'm on there 15 times a day.
Yeah, I'm on there at least 15 to 20. And I usually comment on mostly everything. So, you know, that's another thing, too, is...
shows appreciation
if you go
for
on
your
there,
fellow clansmen.
If you go on there, and that's right, if you go on the Facebook page, don't leave without leaving a comment on something. Take 5 seconds and write something down, because it's going to make someone else feel nice. And then when you post a video, you're going to get comments too.
Oh, yeah.
Click the like button, hit the comments. I know it seems trivial, but the little things end up becoming big things, and it adds up.
Or even if it's constructive criticism, like
yeah.
You know, there's been some of the Battlefield 4 days where I saw some of your videos, and you're like, Rich, you didn't see that guy. You could have gotten 4 more kills there, and it helps.
Yeah,
I know it helped me.
So you want to move on to the second thing?
Yeah.
All right. So the second thing, this I've talked to all the officers pretty much about. Over the last couple of years, we've seen a really downward spike in terms of spirit. And if to those of you who think that's maybe a bit vague, let me try and explain to you in a little better detail. AoA, and I'll hand it over to you here in a second, Jim.
Sure.
AoA, with our first general motto for the clan that we created 10 years back, was we are going to dominate on every battlefield. Now, the reason we came up with that statement was because back then, and it still holds true today, I still hold the same values that I had when I created the crew 10 years ago. AoA is not a casual clan. We are not a group of novices. We are not a group of people who just want to chill. AoA is a clan for advanced gamers with a competitive edge who want to push themselves and the clan to move forward and to do everything you possibly can to dominate on every battlefield. That's the original purpose of AoA. is to completely take over the fucking planet. I'm gonna let Jim talk a little bit more about this.
The competitiveness in this clan has drastically dipped, and I there's no other pleasant way of putting it.
Yep. No sugarcoat.
We have tons of inter-clan competitions that are always available,
and these range. These range from PlayStation titles, which we have. I don't know how many different variations of. There's titles for every single section of AoA. On Division, there's the Dark Zone Master and the Dark Zone Team. 2v2 champs. On ESO, there's the Crafty Master, PvP Master, Red and Yellow Champion Killers. And then on Dark Souls 3, there was the 1v1 champ and the
2v2 champ.
The 2v2 champ and the Dark Lord champ. There's a lot of different ones. And not only that, if you go continue on to Facebook, there's I host plenty of stuff for people who may not necessarily like PvP based competitions. I host trivia contests and art, short story competitions and all this stuff. Trophy hunting. And then beyond that too, we have things we call PSN certifications, which are, you can go on the Facebook page and under files, look up PSN certifications. It's right there. A list of challenges, which can earn you exclusive titles and rank ups within the clan. That you can complete them at any time, upload the proof to Facebook, and bam, you rank up 2 times within the crew. There's so many different ways. These don't even count the spontaneous ones that me and him put up all the time.
Iron Man.
Yeah. Iron Man, one of the clan's oldest titles.
And I was just going over it before we started this. The last time there was a challenge for Iron Man was between Wrecker, Rich, and myself, and that was November? Yeah.
Yeah, November.
And
it's almost a year.
And when we do have trophy hunting competitions or whatnot, there's only 1 or 2 extra people outside of the 2 of us that partake.
Yep.
There's almost virtually no in-clan competing anymore.
No.
There's and it's really too bad. This, like Rich said when we started this segment off, this is a competitive group. This is not a club. This is a really ultra competitive group, and I just don't understand it. I when I got into gaming all those years ago, and Rich opened me up to multiplayer and the clan experience and everything, the best competitions were always inside the clan.
Inter-clan battles.
When we went out into the public, it was so much easier than facing Rich and the others. It was a step down in competition, and I don't see that anymore in any real aspect of the clan, and it's really too bad.
And we're not just talking about again being competitiveness. We're not just talking about PvP in that aspect. We're also talking about fight back. We want to see energy and passion and the willingness to push not only yourself but the clan. You know, like I said, and that we kind of seen that in every aspect of the crew. You know, ESO is not as PvP orientated as, let's say, Call of Duty would be, but I still see the same changes there. I still see the same changes on the Facebook page.
The one or two other things that come to mind real quickly, and not even speaking about PvP stuff, but when I came back from Xbox, one of the very first things that I did was I got everybody together. I wanted to meet all the members that we had.
Yep.
I wanted to get their input about the current state of the clan, and then I had an officers meeting that I orchestrated over the course of a week to get everyone's feedback. And out of all the officers that we have at that time,
which was like what, 6?
Yeah, only 2 came up with ideas. Only like 4 showed up. And
it is sad because, like he was just saying there, we've structured the clan so that you guys get a say. In ultra competitive clans like ours, it is extremely rare to find a clan that you don't get ordered or bossed around in. In this clan, you do not get micromanaged. But in other ultra competitive clans like ours, people tell you what gun to use, what you need to have a certain KD at all times. We give you guys ways to increase your rank by, you have to earn it, but you increase your rank, and eventually you can get to have a say in what the clan does and how we move forward, and new policies and new rules, and you get to carve your path through the history books.
Hell, if you came up to us, I've always had, since I became the second in command, I've always had an open door policy where if you come to me and say, hey Jim, I got this just kick-ass game video that I just saw on YouTube or I just saw on TV, and I really think it would be interesting for the clan. If I haven't heard about it, I want to hear about it, and then if you have an interest in it, we want to know about it so that we could possibly use it.
Yeah, we don't want to come up with all the decisions. We want you guys to give us ideas and put your own input into it, because we will listen, and we
appreciate it.
If we see that, a lot of people like something, we're going to say, okay, you know what, maybe we should have a talk about this and see if we can do something here. We want to see you guys giving us ideas and feedback, because we're not perfect.
I just, and the other thing that I've noticed in the last few years is people on their ranking system, only a handful of people actually really care about it.
And that's sad.
And only a handful of people want to actually improve their station with us.
And only a handful of people really do that without us having to push.
Yeah, and that's
really sad, because the more
why be in a clan if you're not going to partake in the clans as a whole?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna wrap up what I have to say on this particular topic with there's going to be a big change coming shortly, and the atmosphere in this clan is going to change from this laid back come and go as you please way to a very ultra competitive atmosphere where the clan's titles and the clan as a whole are going to be utilized more. Competitions are going to be utilized, and if you can't get on board with that, then maybe this is not the best place for you. And if those things don't change, then the personnel here is going to change, because we're not dominating the way that we should be, and Rich and I are going to take the blame for this, because we've allowed it to happen. and we've never really put our foot down upon this particular topic. In the days of Rich, mainly you, begging people to attend events and to participate in competitions and begging people to post up on the Facebook page and begging people to utilize the clan as a whole. Those are done, because if the only way things are going to happen is if me and you are the driving force behind it, then that's not a clan. That's
Jim and Rich show.
The Jim and Rich show, and that can't happen anymore because we're good gamers, but we can't take on clans by ourselves.
Okay. You done?
Yeah.
Cool. I agree with them 100%. I do believe that the driving force has become me and Jim.
I mean, for God's sakes, I'm not on system now, and Dark Souls 3 is suspended. So, I don't have to say anything else.
I hope that changes with our new 2 appointees. That is gonna change. Me and him having to beg people to show up. I spent more on me and him begging people to attend events, doing this. It's not gonna change. It's gonna change because, like he said, me and him can't do this by ourselves. A lot of you, we understand, and we make, we don't want to sound like taskmasters. We understand work. We understand families. And
I have both.
He's got a lot. But you guys have to understand, and I'm not lying. I'm making a fabrication. I put in 50 hours a week every week into AoA, at least. And when we're coming up on times like this, like we're coming up in a couple months to Hell Week.
Oh boy.
In November, which is where we're having Hell Week this year, I know for a fact I will be putting in 60 plus hours a week preparing for October. And some of you watch this video may be like, you're fucking crazy. And
yeah,
that's fucking true. But you guys have to understand that, like Jim said right at the beginning of this topic, this doesn't come... You guys don't understand how much work goes on behind the scenes. You really don't. And that's not your problem to worry about. As leaders, that's our responsibility to handle.
That's why we're taking the responsibility of owning up to the problem that
exactly.
it is.
But we have lives too. He's got a wife, 3 children, that beast over there.
Yeah, big boy.
So there's going to be a change. The people who are still with us, who are with, to kind of give you like an idea, the people who are still with us, who are with me, the Diamond Vets from AW, we're going to revert more into that kind of a direction. And it's going to be fantastic.